Your attention, please. And now, on with the show.
Live from Paradise Studios in New York, Strong Island Television presents Under the Radar, starring Randy Unger. Brought to you by Magnitude Jewelry. Add a 2 to match your attitude. Tonight, we're going to be reviewing the new films Critical Thinking and My Comic Shop Country with special guest critics Matt Habermann, Matt Roren, and Forrest Bennett. And now, here's your host, Randy Unger.
You're on.
Hey guys, welcome to Under the Radar. I'm your host, Randy Unger, and I wish we could be broadcasting in better times and more positive times. But you know what? The show must go on. We're still here. We're still breathing, and we still love film. So I want to thank everyone watching right now at home. I know you're home, and all of my guest critics are online right now. So we've got Forrest Bennett and his.
Hey, ready?
His good buddy Harrison. Is that your brother, basically?
Basically.
Cool. Well, thank you for being on from Richmond, Virginia.
Yes, glad. Even though I'm a couple hundred miles away, I'm glad I could make it.
Yeah. Well, you're safe with your parents there, so that's good. Cool. And we got two Matts. First up, Matt Habermann. Hello, sir.
Happy to be here.
Yeah.
How's it going?
How are you today?
Doing good. It's been a little bit of rough couple of weeks, but hopefully things settle in, and now hope things get better along the road. Only, things can only get better from up here.
I hope so. I hope you're right for the sake of everybody and for the sake of your son. So, yeah, I hear you, man. Also...
Yeah. It won't really affect him much. It's more, like they said, it's more the older people. For what he may be a carrier, but as right now, it's not affecting his age group. So I'm fortunate with that.
Good. Okay. Hang in there. And last but not least, Mr. Matt Roren. Hey, Matt.
How's it going?
Good. How are you today?
I'm doing all right.
Yeah. Okay. I tried to tune in yesterday with your cult cafe, and I was disappointed, because I couldn't get my fill of Raising Arizona.
Yeah, I got to watch it on HBO. Hopefully, a bunch of people did. So we're gonna figure out ways to make it work.
Yeah, we're figuring things out.
Maybe this is a good way.
Yeah. Well, we're figuring things out right now. That this is a new format for Under the Radar. So, I think this might be the new normal for the next few weeks, if not hopefully sooner. We'll get out of this. But yeah, we need more Cult Cafe. We need it, and we need it now, Matt. So
now more than ever.
Yeah. Yep. So guys, I'm curious. We're all homebound. We're all Kevin McAllister.
Yeah.
What are you doing to pass the time, to entertain yourselves, Matt Habermann?
Well, as much as I can say, I've been taking care of my son. That's pretty much what I've been doing for the most part, and other things to pass the time. The household things. At this time it's been really serious, so we're really cleaning the apartment. Also, doing the laundry a lot, keeping things steady because, I just don't want to get, the virus into this place and affect me and affect, my family. I don't want that. Yeah. And, as far as for everything, I'm not seeing my parents because they're the most at anyone over the age of 60 is most at risk. Mm-hmm. So it's been hard. It's been a lot of sacrifices, and it's just a lot of things thrown at you at once for this.
Right. And I know you've had some issues with your job. Are you searching? Are you doing anything to like help your employment status?
Well, I'm taking it day by day. Thankfully, I'll be putting this up there for everything. I'll even say that I work for a great organization called City Wineries. So I'm hoping, after all this, it's been promising that I'll be asked back. But there's a lot of people that are affected. It's the hospitality industry. So a lot of people are affected that they've been losing their jobs, and it's not just restaurants and the cruise industry. It's also been the movie theater business, though that's been hurting too.
Right.
Yep.
Other business, it's affecting everywhere. So. Also, I've been doing here and there. Has been doing Uber Eats, but I've been cautious about that, and to make a little cash on the side. But other than that, just been hanging with my family.
Yeah, and you look pretty well rested, and you seem okay. So
well rested as much as I can be.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. So Forrest, did you just got into Richmond? What was it yesterday?
Yesterday afternoon.
Okay. And what is it? That's your hometown?
No, that's where my parents moved here a few years ago.
Okay. Cool. And what's it like being over there compared to New York?
It's it's quiet here too. And yeah, there's a lot of places that are closed or only doing takeout or deliveries. But it's not on lockdown. It's not on lockdown at this time.
Right. Okay. That's good. And
everybody, and yes, I see people outside, but they seem to all be keeping their distance.
Yeah, I haven't been out today yet, but yesterday I was in Far Rockaway by the beach, and it was actually really nice. I mean, there was
really?
Yeah, there was a bunch of people just walking around, rollerblading, riding their bikes, just enjoying the fresh.
Hey, yesterday, yeah.
What?
It was a nice day yesterday.
It was
really, really nice. And I think the beach is like the best place to be right now. If you're going to go anywhere, if you're going to go out. So.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're really
shorts weather here this week.
Yeah. So, Matt, what have you been doing Matt Roren, rather? How have you been entertaining yourself?
I've been watching a lot of TV, a lot of shows.
Good.
A lot of movies here and there. Reading comics. We'll get to that later.
Yes.
Yeah. But it's just vegging out a lot.
Yeah.
Today was actually the most active I've been. Was selling pickles at a farmer's market today. So
it was open. They had a farmer's market operating open.
Yeah, stuff like that's still going on. So a lot of the supermarkets.
And they should still go on.
Yep.
Yeah. That's good. Are you?
Unfortunately, it was 30 degrees this morning.
Oh God.
Comparative to it's been so nice all week long, and then I'm outdoors for 5 hours in 30-degree temperatures. So that sucks. But
right. Wait a minute. So are you a closeted pickle salesman? I mean, what?
No. It's my ex-wife's boyfriend has a pickle company.
Okay.
Being that I'm temporarily furloughed or laid off or what have you from the cinema because we're not open right now. It's basically he needs some help doing it, and I need money. So
cool. Well, actually, I want to get to the Cinema Arts Center I got an email yesterday. Are they doing like a virtual screening room type of thing? Or
Kino Lorber's doing a on their site. I think there's a few different movies that you can buy tickets to, virtual tickets, that support certain theaters independent theaters that you go to, art house theaters, and we're one of them. That's up there, so you can buy a ticket for the Cinema Art Center and watch this movie streaming, and we get money for that. So that's kind of nice. And Ben Modell, who does our Anything But Silent series, the silent movies with live organ accompaniment,
cool.
A live stream at 3:00 today of a silent film, which I believe is for free. But
I'm just wondering, but I'm just wondering, since Retro Picture Show got postponed, because that's one of those events, Cinema Art Center events that I show up to regularly. I was wondering if there might be a possibility of doing a watch party of the movies that we're supposed to screen with this month and next month.
Yeah, I mean, as far I think they're just gonna be pushed back to whenever we reopen. So
okay.
Yeah, I've been looking through a bunch of the screening links. And as you know, 2 of the movies we're going to be reviewing soon are screening links. So I'm thankful for that, and the publicist trying to push up their products.
Yeah, glad they were Vimeo so I could watch them on TV.
Yeah. Oh my God, Vimeo! I love Vimeo. I don't know if it was both of you or one of you a few weeks ago. We were trying to watch this one film, a screening link, and we just had just all these issues playing it. And
that's the one the last time where it was like there were 5 you could use 5 times, but then only 2 of us watched it.
Yeah, it was something really bizarre and awkward. And I hated it. But Vimeo is the way to go. Definitely the way to go.
Yeah.
Let's see here. So, Forrest, you're doing okay with everything that's going on?
Yeah. I'll be. I had to go to Best. Yeah, the other day I had to go to Best Buy just minutes before they closed because they were closing early this week. Okay. So I had to go get a laptop for work, and I'll be doing my job from remotely.
Good.
And also with my free time, just watching movies, reading comics, writing out ideas I had, writing out film and music ideas I had.
Okay.
I also restarted my blog. I restarted my blog, Video Store Paradiso.
I know you did that a couple weeks ago, right?
Yeah. The last review I did was Saturday the 14th.
Okay.
Which it was my first time seeing it. I did not enjoy it. I was actually very disappointed.
It's I vaguely remember not enjoying it like 20 years ago.
Yeah, I remember. One thought I did have running through my mind while watching it was did Jeffrey Tambor ever have hair?
No, never.
Wait, what's the movie again? I'm sorry.
Saturday the 14th.
Okay. Oh, I thought that was the date in which you.
It's a parody.
No, it was a quick cash in. It was a quick cash in from Roger Corman's studio.
Oh, okay. Cool. And it was 20 years ago, you said?
It came out in 1981.
Oh, 81. Okay, so Tambor was relatively young back then.
Yeah.
I think he was in Mr. Mom 2 years later.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one in a while. I need to revisit it.
Also, no hair.
No, he had no hair back then either. Awesome.
Yeah, and actually, I've also been going on a Carrie Green bender lately.
I saw the post on Facebook.
Yeah, well, what happened was I already had the Goonies on DVD, and then I was finding her other movies on Stars and on YouTube. So I'm like, hey, why not do it? Why not? Because on top of that, she's probably one of the quieter, like career-wise, she's probably one of the quieter Goonies. So I figure, why not see what else she's done?
She was Josh Brolin's girlfriend in that, right?
Yeah, she was Andy. She was the redhead.
I don't really know.
You Goonie!
Goonies never say die. Matt Habermann, are you a Goonie guy? Matt?
Oh
Habermann?
yes, I am a Goonies fan. That's actually one. I mean, I'm a big fan of Richard Donner. I mean, I love the Goonies,
Superman, Lethal Weapon,
and Superman 2. I mean, those were.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the Goonies how the way it was done. Also, actually, another good kind of comedy classic that I watched last night with my wife, The Princess Bride.
Oh wow,
classic.
That Rob Reiner. Yeah.
Rob
Reiner.
That's a classic.
Yep, and Carrie Elwes, Andre the Giant, and Robin Wright.
And Mandy Patinkin.
Yes.
Billy Crystal, Carol Kane.
And I think Richard Lewis was in that, or was that? No, that's Robin Hood Man in Tights.
And Fred Savage.
Right, Fred.
Pre-Wonder Years Fred Savage.
Just remember this. Never mess with the Sicilian when death is on the line.
Yeah, that and the Goonies. You guys gotta. I mean, I don't know. Matt Roren. I'm pretty sure you've shown your daughters these movies many times already, right?
Goonies is one of the few films I've shown twice.
Nice.
Oh, really?
Cool.
I've shown Neverending Story twice, Goonies twice, and Blazing Saddles twice.
Awesome.
I would like to see this. I know how broad it is, but I need to see Goonies on the big screen. I feel like it has to be seen on the big screen.
Yes, yeah. I actually looked out and saw it at the Regal in Westbury last year.
Huh. Cool.
You know, funny enough, that was the second Corey Feldman movie I saw at a theater that weekend, because I also went to a screening of Friday the 13th Part 4.
Nice.
A couple days earlier.
Was that the same year? We're both.
Friday the 13th Part 4 was 84, and Goonies was 85.
85. Cool. Matt Roren, are we going to have Goonies on the big screen at the Cinema Arts Center anytime soon? Or
well, like I said, I've already shown it twice.
Oh,
so I don't know if I'm going to show it again. And we've done it for Cinema for Kids twice also. So you may see it. It's definitely worth it every couple of years. So
it's the 30th anniversary now. So.
Yeah. I think we just did it. Couple months ago. I feel it was like maybe about a year ago. It was like maybe April or something.
Okay. Many of these films have already turned 35, especially the one where we have up on the screen. Yeah, I see on your posters boards there. Back to the Future.
Yeah, Back to the Future. Yep.
And we did that. And then hopefully, if the universe is fine, we'll be doing part 2 in November.
Yes, I've seen the original on the big screen. I have not seen either. I have not seen either of the sequels.
I'm sure by then everything will be fine
when they came out.
by then.
I've only seen the first one in the big screen, unfortunately. You know, I want to see. I love part 2. Part 2 is actually my favorite of the 3. So yeah, I mean, in the meantime, I'll just be playing the Blu-ray at home. Loud and proud.
I'm sure everyone has experienced Back to the Future, the ride at Universal Studios.
Oh, the ride was so good.
Yes, I was lucky enough to go on it twice.
Nice. I went to it in Orlando and Hollywood, and it was the same thing. But you know, it's just still amazing every time you go on. You know, chasing after Biff and
getting swallowed by a T-Rex.
Yeah. And
I'm actually happy with Funko, what they're going to be coming out with, hopefully this summer. Hopefully soon.
Which
new Back to the Future Pops.
Which ones are you referring to specifically?
The Funko one, at least with Doc with the clock tower.
Oh, yeah.
And Biff. You got to have Biff.
Which Biff?
The Darth Vader from the planet Vulcan.
No. I have that one.
Oh, that already came out. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah.
I got my, this is my DVD box set, signed by...
Oh, nice.
Who is that
signed by?
At the cinema, not there for himself. His wife was doing a film on burlesque. She also did a book on burlesque. So she was doing that, and he was very, very nice and totally cool with us bothering him. So
Wait, Crispin Glover?
Who was that song by again?
Oh, that was Zemeckis.
Wow.
Yeah. We bothered Zemeckis while he was like he was like on a laptop like working, and we're like, why didn't me? Like,
yeah. You are my favorite.
Very nice about it.
That's very cool. Very cool. All right, guys. So why don't we get into the first review?
Sure. All right.
You know what? This movie, it started out pretty uninteresting, but I think it kind of picked up like halfway through. And for those who don't know, the film is called Critical Thinking, and it is the directorial debut of John Leguizamo, who actually stars in the film as well. He plays. It's a true story set in 1998 about a teacher who brings his class of misfits to the state championships in Florida. And, it's a true story. It was actually written by Dito Montiel, who he did a movie a couple of years back called A Guide to Recognizing Your Saints. And it's just a very, urban feel to it. It's got pretty good performances, especially from, I'm going to butcher his name, but Jorge Lendenberg Jr., who's been in a few things. I think he was in Alita Battle Angel, and he's got this huge mess of hair, and he's a very talented young actor. And I thought this movie was really good, but that's only about halfway through because I was very determined to get through it, and I was actually, in the end, I was pretty impressed. I thought it was a really good movie. So, gentlemen, what did you think of Critical Thinking?
I felt the exact same way. I watched the film and was like, it's gonna Dangerous Minds meets Searching for Bobby Fischer. I was like,
that was my first impression. That was my first impression.
Yeah, I was like, okay, it's gonna be another teacher does good,
yeah,
and
impoverished kids.
And then halfway through, I was like, I am really into this movie now. It got really.
I felt it was kind of like a Coach Carter type of movie.
Any cliche, inspirational sports movie. This movie had all those tropes.
I would say, just about any inspirational, inner city. Teacher goes to inner city school and teaches the students to do something to teaches the students a skill to pull themselves out of their to elevate their lives.
Yeah,
better their lives.
Right. So
that's what a teacher's job is supposed to do: to better their lives, to move them on, to do for bigger and better things. And that's what all teachers to motivate the students. To be honest, there is a lot of teachers out there that are willing to do it.
Yeah.
However, for what I feel is that a lot of states' governments don't do it. They don't give the funding, especially. Yeah. I'm not getting into for what it is. I don't want to get into the politics, but that's just how it is.
And this movie, with the principals, acting as almost like she didn't care about these girls.
Yeah.
He was so cold, and it's just there needs to be more inspirational teachers and administrators out there.
Yes,
especially now since it's all going to be through Skype or whatever. These kids of today, they need inspiration. It's kind of corny to say, but they need it. So, yeah, Roren, what did you think of the movie?
I mean, I really liked it. Because
you have three girls.
I have 1,000 kids.
You have so many, I can't keep track.
They keep adding every time you talk about them. There's more, but they're gremlins. They just keep getting each other wet.
Just don't get after midnight.
Yeah,
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's.
Would you show this movie to your daughter?
Yeah, because I mean, it's a good inspirational tale. I've never cared more about chess in my life.
Right,
watching this film, I've never had an interest in learning chess.
Yeah.
I mean,
My
I
mother
play chess.
got me on to backgammon. That was like the big game in our house. So I'm waiting for that. Maybe that'll be a sequel. We'll see. I don't know.
I want to see a good Yahtzee movie.
A what?
A Yahtzee movie?
I'm sure there's one out there. There must be a Monopoly movie.
Yeah.
That's what Wall Street was.
Yeah.
Nice. Habermann, what did you think? Are you a chess fan yourself? Do you play?
I do play chess. I mean, it's been a long time since I have, but when I was in elementary school, I joined the chess club, and it's funny, but even in my school, the chess club was very popular. They say it's really not for nerds, but really, you know what? It's a really good game. It's, you know, I don't really mind. I'm not the greatest chess player, but I would like to teach it to my son. I mean, it also gives critical thinking. It is a thinking game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. Forrest, are you a chess guy?
I tried learning chess when I was a kid, but I never really took to it. I am a huge John Leguizamo fan, though. So
yeah, I like that. I like that subtle segue into Leguizamo. You know, I picked this movie because I do like Leguizamo as well. Probably his best known work is probably Luigi Mario. For
guys our age, it's probably Luigi Mario. He makes I would say he's made bad movies like Super Mario Brothers and Spawn watchable.
Oh, he was so good in Spawn, though. Yeah, he was what was the character? Clown.
Yeah.
Clown. And I'll admit, even though it got savaged when it came out, it was a flop. The Pest is one of my guilty pleasures.
Mm-hmm. Do you guys remember a show on Fox called House of Buggin'?
House of Buggin'.
No, I missed that one.
I don't remember that one.
I remember Living Color and Mad TV. I do not remember House of Buggin'.
It was like an urban SNL.
It was supposed to be like
it was like a Latino
right. It was I think the whole cast was minorities.
It's Luis Gomez was one of them, and it was obviously Leguizamo was like the lead. He was the Keenan Ivory Wayans. Then, Luis Gomez. I don't know who else was on the show, but I can't remember. Probably other people who are famous now or not famous. But
maybe
I didn't really find it funny when I saw it then. Maybe now I would like it more. I was like,
it would have a bigger audience now than it did in the 90s.
Yeah.
I just remember it had a kind of a cool, catchy theme song, and I think it was Leguizamo dancing to the beat, if I'm not mistaken. This was like 25 years ago. So
when did this come out?
It was like 95, I think, or 94, 95.
It was basically a placeholder for Living after Fox canceled the Living Color.
Yeah, it had that same that In Living Color vibe to it. Same studio, station rather.
Yeah, I went and actually went. I was actually in the audience for I was in the audience for one of Leguizamo's HBO specials, and he said that basically Fox canceled House of Buggin' to make room for Mad TV.
Okay. That makes sense. That's like the evolution of Fox's variety.
Sketch comedy unite. Sketch comedy, yeah.
It's a de-evolution. Each one of those shows got worse. You know? It's like In Living Color was great.
Yeah.
And then House of Buggin' was like, okay, Mad TV was terrible. But so many great people came from it.
That's true. Mad TV had its moments, but overall it was...
Yeah, Mad TV was the most successful in Fox, actually. Right. It lasted longer than In Living Color and...
Or The Edge? Was that the name of the one with... It was Jennifer Aniston and Wayne Knight. And I think... is
that a movie?
The voice of SpongeBob.
Tom Hanks.
I think he was on it as well.
Oh, really?
Was this a show or a movie?
It was a sketch comedy show. It was on for like a season in like 91 or 92.
Oh, yeah. So.
Oh, wow. So it was
before Friends, before Seinfeld,
before Leprechaun.
Was big.
As much as I can say about the channel Fox, there was some great shows that I wish that would have continued on for seasons and seasons more.
That's what made them great back in the early days, was their willingness to experiment with the program. They were doing what NBC, CBS, and ABC weren't doing at the time.
Yeah.
Didn't
but they test the knowledge. And here's Married with Children. Here's another show on there. It lasted from 2000 to 2003. Titus.
One of the best shows ever.
I never got into it.
I didn't get into it either. I remember, but I didn't watch it.
Man, it's the best. And
I was aware of it, but I never.
Families. It still cracks me up. I've been to his stand-up comedy show, Christopher Titus, twice. Always left me laughing.
Have you ever met him, Matt?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Cool. What's he like?
Oh, down-to-earth type of guy. He's
Is his humor? Is it like raunchy? Is it like a lot of profanity, or is it like more kind of like
his humor comes based off of his dysfunctional family?
Okay. Cool. All right. Well, guys, why don't we take a short commercial break? But we're going to be back with our second and final review, and that is My Comic Shop Country. So this is going to be a good one, guys. So stay tuned right after the commercial break.
Under the Radar is brought to you by Magnitude Jewelry. Add a 2 to match your attitude. Patent pending interchange genuine gemstone and crystal EMF protection jewelry. For more information, please visit magnitudejewelry.com/gemgirl or call 718-268-6634.
Hey guys, welcome back to Under the Radar. I'm your host Randy Unger, and we're talking all things film. Despite this awful time in our world, but we're trying to keep positive and enjoy each other's company, enjoy film and TV. And yeah, guys, again, I want to thank you for being here. And why don't we get into our second film review of the day, My Comic Shop Country, which basically follows this young filmmaker. His name is Anthony Desiato, and he used to work at Alternate Realities, the comic book store in New York, and they were closed after 23 years in operation. So now this filmmaker, Anthony, he basically went to a bunch of different comic shops, 20 comic shops from the East Coast to the West Coast, basically trying to find out about the business, about why so many of these comic book stores are closing, and how each comic book store was like a second home to so many people, especially fans of comic books and memorabilia. I know a bunch of you guys are into that as well. So what did you guys think of this documentary? I mean, for me, I thought it really hit home hard and in a good way.
Oh my God, yes.
Matt Habermann, what did you think?
It was a great documentary. It tells so much about the comic book business and for what they all do. And most of them are not in it for the money at all. They're in it because they want to be in it. They're in it because they want to have fun. They're in it because they just love comics and they love what they do. And it's just for the passion that they have. It's just great. It's not just, coming to the shop and buy comics and that's it. They interact with the people. They want to get this thing for what you like, whether it's Superman, Batman. And that's how I came in love with comic books. And I go into there's one store that you and I know really, really well. And we go in there sometime, and that's Royal Collectibles. And it's like one time, they know us, and they just feel like they know what our style for what we like, and they try to make us, happy, and it's a really good store.
Yeah, all these stores are great. They're like little museums. Like everything they sell tells a story, not just the comic books, but all the memorabilia. You pick up a Batman action figure from like 1990, and you're like, it just immediately transports you back to that time, and it's just total nostalgia. And I think it's probably my favorite thing ever. So that friends and family nostalgia, it's a great feeling. Forrest, what did you think of the film?
All right, so I don't know if I ever mentioned this to you guys, but I actually did when I was a freshman in college. I worked at a comic book shop.
I think you may have, but that is pretty awesome because I've never actually been friends with someone who worked in a comic book store, so that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, so there's a lot in there that definitely hit the nail on the head.
Right. So you related to a bunch of these guys giving their stories?
A little bit. I mean, I only worked there my freshman year. I only worked there my freshman year of college, but definitely, but like they were, me and my coworkers, we were all there because we love comics.
Yeah. Nice.
And it was, even though it was, we were. I'm sorry. We were making this because we love comics, and we know, and yeah, it wasn't going to be, we weren't getting rich from it, but it gave us that. But it gave us that opportunity, that outlet to get to work, do what we get paid. I'm sorry, I'm losing my train of thought here.
Okay.
But I really enjoyed this documentary, and there was just so much about it that hit the nail on the head. Like for example, this is more near the end of the documentary. They were talking about how people go to see DC, how Marvel is dominating the box office, but it's not translating to a boost in sales of comics.
Yeah, it really doesn't make sense. I mean, I don't know why the movie industry has this power over people, but comic book stores have the original stories. They have tons and tons of stories out there.
Most of them much better stories.
Exactly. Yeah. I find comic books as a medium more no offense, but just as of lately, I've been finding comic books more interesting than film. What's going on? Comic books is an interesting medium than film.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like I've got. This is just a graphic novel of the death of Superman, and this story.
The death of Superman,
and then the return of his Jesus-like rebirth is just incredible. And you don't see stories like that on film, and it's sad because they're really good.
Yeah, they try to adapt them, but they
died. That guy's back.
Matt Roren, what?
It's like, oh yeah, they did that in the movies. It was like, oh, he died, but now he's back.
But they basically they take these stories, but they condense them.
Yeah. And there was no emotional impact, and it was just so flat.
The comics tell more broad than the movie. You know, for how it was in Batman versus Superman, Dawn of Justice. Yeah, it had the Doomsday in the part, but it really did not get to where in the comics. They just, the movies, they just don't have the ability to do it. Respect to Disney, they have all these abilities too, but, the comic material is out there.
Yeah. They just need a good screenwriter to adapt these awesome stories that have been written for decades, and a capable director to just bring it visually to the audiences. And you sort of had that with Wonder Woman. Shazam was pretty good. Aquaman was good, but they were lacking something. That thing I mentioned earlier, the nostalgic factor. I didn't get that from Aquaman. I just thought it was just all glitz and glamour.
I think in Aquaman's case, I think it's because there's been so much. Because historically there's been a lot of stigma surrounding that character because he's always been considered lame, or like ever since a friend of mine once made a point about how Frank Miller basically ruined Superman for comic book fans for the last 30-something years because of how he portrayed him. Have you read The Dark Knight Returns?
No, but I've seen the cartoons. Yeah.
Okay, because in that story, Frank Miller portrayed Superman as a government lackey who could do no wrong. I think that's definitely messed up it's altered that perception of the character where nobody takes him seriously.
Okay. Wow.
And we haven't had a good Superman. Probably we haven't had a good Superman movie in 40 years.
Yeah. You have a favorite comic book story of all time, or a graphic novel?
For me, I'd probably say so I don't know if this is the best. I mean, I reread it as an adult, and its flaws do show. But I was old enough. Basically, I went through kindergarten, learning how to read with Batman with the Batman Nightfall saga.
Cool. That was with Azrael in 1993.
The whole thing basically ran from 1992. It started in 1992 with the Sword of Azrael,
right,
and then ended around 94 with Knight's End with Batman and Bruce Wayne and Jean-Paul Valley duking it out.
Right. The blonde Batman, right?
Yeah.
Matt Habermann, do you have a favorite comic book of all time? Like a holy grail?
Well, I don't have much for holy grails of comics. I mean, for one, I have actually been. This is actually for anyone that's starting to get into Batman. This is the comic books that you would want to read. Batman Year One tells the story of how Bruce comes back to Gotham after. And it tells the whole story of how he becomes Batman. Another thing that just been picked up actually in the stores is that Robin was that all these characters are showing their 80th anniversaries or their 1000th issue. Actually, I have to find it. I have the Batman Detective Comics 1000 signed by one of the creators of that comic.
Wow. Do you have that?
I do.
Can you show it?
I don't have it right in front. I just got back into, collecting comics.
Well, next time I come over, I want to check that out. That's cool. Yeah.
And also, all the year ones have been... Superman has a 3-part year one that just came out recently, which is also, if you really want to get into Superman, these are just some great comics to get into. But it's not, some things, it's not just the comics that one of the creators of the cartoons have also been the comics Ren and Stimpy, Bob Kemp. This is another one of my favorite ones right here. Drawing from from the creator of Ren and Stimpy, Bob Kemp.
Did you get that? Did you get that at the Big Apple Comic-Con?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
And I met him, and the one thing that he asked me was, did my show warp your childhood? Yes, it did.
Agreed. It's my top, I think, what he chose of all time.
It's a great cartoon. It's out there. Matt Roren, your holy grail of comics?
But...
wait. I don't know. It's a tough call. I have many comics. I have 30 long boxes full of comics, a buttload of trades. I've been reading comics since the early 80s.
Okay.
Since I first started reading. So I've read a lot. I'm a big fan of a lot of the 80s Marvel stuff. New Mutants are one of my favorite franchises of all time. I can't wait to see how bad the movie ends up being.
If it ever gets released.
I have hopes for it if we ever see it, because it was delayed a
If
third
we
time
ever-
now.
Yeah.
Actually, Matt, have you gotten into this? This is a new comic series that actually came out. It was a weekly series, House of X and Powers of X.
Oh, nice! I haven't read any. I'm so far behind. I used from 2004 to 2010. I was buying every single issue Marvel put out, and they had a great run from Avengers Disassembled through Siege. I thought it was a killer run. It was like 8 years of solid comics. I pretty much have not read a lot of Marvel stuff past that. Right now, I'm catching up. I'm reading. I started reading like Marvel stuff from way back. I've been reading almost all the stuff in chronologically. I'm up to like 1972. It's like a lifelong mission.
Is it?
And I've been catching up on Brightest Day, Blackest Night, which I didn't read when it came out. Right now I'm on Green Lantern Brightest Day, which is a phenomenal series. The Jeff Johns run of Green Lantern is killer.
I'm in the middle of the Jeff Johns run right now.
No, it's just so good.
And guys, do you prefer reading it like an actual physical copy, or are you into the iPad, like the digital copy?
Oh no, the physical copies, the digital iPad.
I've never read an iPad.
I do both.
Okay,
Yeah.
interesting.
I feel kind of guilt. Although having worked in a comic book shop, I feel guilt and supporting local comic book shops growing up over the years. I do feel kind of guilty buying digital sometimes. But at the same time, it's like I had to think about shelf space. That's
That's a good point. Yeah, it is. It could get a little cluttered with a couple thousand comic books, but it's awesome. All right, guys. So we have a few minutes left, and so okay. So back to critical thinking. Critical thinking. See it, skip it. What do you think?
See it.
See it.
Yeah, I say see it as well. Especially if you're a hardcore fan of John Leguizamo, definitely see it.
Or if you're passionate about chess.
Yeah, if you're a chess aficionado, I highly recommend it as well. So those two factors will definitely be great. And my comic shop country. See it, skip it. I think it's pretty unanimous here, right?
Oh, definitely see it.
See it.
Cool. So I just want to do one more commercial break, and then we'll do our plugs, and I think that'll be it for tonight, guys. So we're going to be back with our show right after this short commercial break. Stay tuned.
Under the Radar is brought to you by Magnitude Jewelry. Add a 2 to match your attitude. Patent pending interchange genuine gemstone and crystal EMF protection jewelry. For more information, please visit magnitudejewelry.com/gemgirl or call 718-268-6634.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. So we were just having some fun talking about our favorite comic books and comic book related paraphernalia. But yeah, that documentary was really, really good, and it stirred up some very positive emotions. But yeah, I think some of you right now have some of your prized possessions, your memorabilia, your holy grails, so to speak. Matt, Roren, I think you showed something just now, right?
Well, I mean, not comic book related, but this is my copy of Black Belt Jones VHS tape. the one I rented from the video store I originally saw. I bought it after they went out of business, and then I got signed by Jim Kelly, and he wrote to Matt, "Batman motherfucker."
Nice. That's
Rest
good.
in peace, Jim Kelly.
Yes. Matt Habermann, do you have a prized possession there? I see.
Yes. A signed picture of Ernie Hudson when I met him at East Coast Comic Con. Now, you were with me on that one, but on it says the best advice ever. Matthew, if someone asks if you're a god, you say yes.
Nice. And Forrest, I know you just flew in, so you don't have your Holy Grail with you.
Unfortunately, not. I left all my holy grails back home. But I guess for me, it's probably my copy of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #1,
Okay.
1984, autographed by Kevin Eastman.
Nice.
My copy. Okay, so this was a good one. Okay, several years ago, my uncle and I were cleaning my grandmother's basement, and I found an original copy of Wolverine. Original copies of Wolverine's numbers 1 through 4 by Chris Claremont and Frank Miller.
Cool.
Which I brought to Comic-Con just a few months ago to get autographed by Claremont himself.
Nice. I know you're big on autographs, so that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I
know I have some. I actually do have some comic book T-shirts here in my parents' house. They're buried somewhere. One's a Ninja Turtle shirt autographed by Kevin Eastman, a Dick Tracy shirt, and a Michael Keaton Batman shirt.
Okay, sounds good. I hope to see those in the future.
Oh.
And speaking of Batman, this is my Holy Grail, guys. This is a signed DVD copy by Danny Elfman. And
oh, nice.
Yeah, he was at the Museum of Modern Art. I think it was in 2010 for the Tim Burton exhibit there, where it kind of coincided with the first Alice in Wonderland film.
Mm-hmm.
So that was an awesome exhibit. Yeah, it was amazing.
I forgot. I do have right next to me my Batman movie special for the first film, autographed by Danny O'Neill, who wrote the edition. Who was also, one of the major, Batman writers and editors.
That's in good condition.
I would say he's one of my top 5 Batman writers of all time. Nice.
Okay, cool, guys.
If we're talking about Batman, I have this Batman pop right here.
Oh,
the 80th anniversaries. Batman forever, but still.
It's Batmania tonight, guys. I love it. And I hope we get to see Robert Pattinson's Batman, the Batman, in the future. We'll see.
Eventually.
Yeah, right? We'll see.
Eventually we will. Things will go back to normal.
Yeah, have hope, have faith. So guys, we have a few more minutes. Any plugs? Anything going on you want to mention? Or Matt Roren?
I got nothing going on until things go back to normal.
Right.
I'm gonna try some dumb stuff online. You might see some of that. But besides that, I didn't get to mention one of the cool things about the documentary was that my local comic book shop is in the documentary.
Wow.
Escape Comics here in Huntington, and my friend Menachem, who runs it, was interviewed in it. They're a great store. They've been around for about 6 years now. And I honestly, when they opened up on Main Street in Huntington Village, I was like, okay, give them like a year. And he's still there. It's been like 6 years.
What was the name of the comic book store?
Escape Pod Comics.
Okay, cool. All right, Matt Habermann. Anything you want to mention? Any plugs at all? Or?
Well, I just want to I'll put this out there with the hospitality industry. I've been in it for for long. I studied it. City Winery is where I last was working before everything. And I just want to let you know that since I've been there, there's been just some great, passionate people there. And if you just go to my site, my profile, there's a thing for, there's just a lot of people that are really need some help now. So and our founder has put out trying to raise funds for a relief fund for all our furloughed workers in these hard times, which I think is just great. So if anyone wants to, I can share the site for the City Winery Employee Relief Fund.
Okay. But like I said, Matt, I could always repost that information on my social media so people can, contribute or help out in any way they can for you, for that cause.
It's all for everything. Matt and Matt Roren, just best of luck to you in these hard times. I know we're going through this. Just keep strong.
Yeah.
Same. Yeah.
Yeah. Forrest, anything you want to plug or mention?
I've got one more Carrie Green movie to watch tonight. Blue Flame, where she plays an evil alien. It's directed by Carrie Elwes's brother. I'm just continuing to update my blog. I'll be updating my vlog, Video Store Paradiso, which is videostoreparadiso.blogspot.com.
Okay, sweet. So we'll look for that as well. We need all the positivity we can get right now, through your writing and, everything that all of us are contributing online. So, because everything is online now, it seems.
Under the Radar is all new next week with more movie reviews and interviews on Strong Island Radio and Television. Stay tuned. We'll see you next week.